Welcome to the distance learning section of Theology 3100, the Gospels of Matthew, Mark, and Luke, also known as the Synoptic Gospels. I'm Deborah Seymour, and I will be your instructor this semester. And before we dive into the material, there are a few things that I would like to go over with you regarding what this course is about, how it's going to be organized in Blackboard, and what your course requirements are going to be, and of course, the all-important how you're going to be graded. This course covers the message of and about Jesus of Nazareth that have been handed down to us in the oldest of the Gospel accounts. We are going to be engaging in a careful reading of the Gospels of Matthew, Mark, and Luke. We will examine current scholarship regarding the origins, the authorship, the potential audience, and the major themes of each of these Gospels. We will explore the theories regarding the literary relationship of the Synoptic Gospels to each other. And we will explore the methods of biblical criticism and the contributions that each of these methods make in our reading and understanding the gospel message. Now I'm going to be starting with laying some groundwork. Before we even start to work with the texts themselves, we're going to be looking at the world of the early Christians, the world that gave rise to these texts, and we're going to examine some methods of interpretation and experience, things that we actually do every day. From there, we're going to look at the gospel in general, what a gospel is and isn't, what it can and cannot tell us about the historical Jesus. And we will examine the Gospels of Matthew, Mark, Luke, known as the Synoptics, individually, and then in relation to each other. So we have a lot of material to cover in 14 weeks. Now, since this is an online section, we do not have a set meeting time. The good news is that you can review the material at a time when it's convenient for you. But keep in mind that this is a 3-credit course. As such, you should expect that you're going to be spending 3 hours per week for class time, in addition to the assignments that you would normally expect in an on-site class. On average, you should expect to be spending about 6 hours a week in this course. Now, I present this material as a mix of reading assignments, videos, and recorded lectures. Materials for the course are organized by week. I like to think of it as one-stop shopping organization. Everything you're going to need for that week, reading assignment, recorded lecture, discussion board for that week's topics, are all there in that section. The material for the new week will be posted by Friday night at about 10 p.m., which is the same time that any of and all of your assignments will be due. I found that this timing works really well for students because you post your assignment on a Friday night, and then that gives you 2 days to respond to the posts before starting the material for the following week. Now, in addition to each week's folder, there are a couple of other folders I'd like to draw to your attention to. First is the Course Information and Resources section. In there, you're going to find the links for the online Bible, the course syllabus, the course calendar, tutorials on Blackboard, details on some of your assignments, and that's pretty much it. That covers everything that we've got on here. We're not only online, we are mobile. Blackboard has an app that's available for both the Android and the Apple platforms. And the most recent version of the app is actually pretty decent. As far as, you wouldn't want to do entire posts that way, but it wouldn't be a bad way for you to be able to maybe post your responses to your classmates. So it's much improved from its original version. We have only one required text for this course, and that is the Introduction to the Synoptic Gospels by Phoebe Perkins. You can find it in the bookstore on the Queens campus, and for those of you who are not on the Queens campus, you can also order it through the bookstore online and tell them that this is for an online course, and they will ship it to you for free. You can get it through Amazon. You can also get it from Barnes & Nobles, and it's available as an ebook through Amazon's Kindle app. So, cost of the book is roughly $18. So hopefully that doesn't put too much of a strain on everybody and your book budget. Okay, that does bring me to the last topic that I wanted to cover in this introduction. Shortly before the course became online tonight, I had emailed each of you a copy of the syllabus, so make sure that you go through that. In it are going to be the breakdown week by week, rough breakdown, I want to say, of how the course is going to progress through the semester and what topics we're going to cover. Now, the reason I say roughly is because I'd like to reserve the right to make changes to that as we get into the material. I find sometimes students want to spend more time on one topic than on another, and so I want to be able to make minor adjustments here and there depending on the types of questions that you have about the material that we're covering. Okay, that brings us to grades. Course requirements and grades. Your class assignments, there are going to be 2 quizzes, and I realized the typo there, I apologize, 1 exam, and then you've got your weekly assignments and discussion forums that will take place. This is going to compose approximately 60% of your overall grade. The quizzes will be multiple choice. The exam will have 3 essays, of which you will do 2 of the 3, and the exam will be also multiple choice that questions you will have seen before. Nothing is going to be on those quizzes or on that exam that you have not seen in your assignments and discussions. So nothing to be worried about there. I find that the students rather have quizzes and exams than do a paper. However, there are some students who really do want to be able to write a paper, and so for them, we do have a final synthesis paper, and that will be worth 150 of the total 500 points towards your grade. The final synthesis paper is going to be a paper on selecting a biblical text from the Synoptic Gospels and then using one of the methods of exegesis that we will be discussing in class to do a little bit more research on it and get to understand that method a little bit more thoroughly. Right? And then your class participation is 50 points, and that speaks to the quality of the posts that you are going to be making with your classmates and whether or not you're present in class. Right? That's all I wanted to cover for this short introduction. From here, what you should do is continue to look through the remaining material that's in this week's section. Also look out under the course information and resources section. Post any questions you have about anything that's been presented. Viewing the welcome and course introduction, well, you kind of already did that, so you can check that off. And make sure you complete the assignment, A Word About Me. Right? If you have any questions, please make sure you email me or post it in the discussion forum for any questions that you have about any of the material. Right? I wish everybody a fantastic and successful semester. I'm looking forward to working with all of you.